Hi guys, so I decided to do this coming up video after procrastinating for a very long time. And so it all started during my primary school time where I was a very fat young kid, and so I was bullied quite a lot in school. At the same time, my hobbies were quite different from the rest of the guys. Most of the guys would be out playing soccer during recess time, but for me, I just enjoy going to the library or walking around the science park in my primary school. And so because of that, I've always been bullied. People have always called me, my hobbies were girly, and in Chinese they always call it Yang Yang Qiang, yeah, which means girly. And so it was quite a rough 5 years for me. And after the 5 years, I proceeded to secondary school, and I was quite determined to not be bullied anymore. And so the first thing I did was to definitely lose weight, and in the process I also kind of convinced myself to start speculating how I like this girl in class so that I'll be perceived as being straight. At that point of time, I think I haven't accepted myself as being gay yet. And so the thing is, I kind of know I was different, but I didn't know what. And so because of because I lost quite a lot of weight and the speculations, my secondary school life was kind of smooth sailing. Although I did struggle a bit, I realized that I started forming attraction towards guys. And so fast forward towards my junior college years, I guess those were one of my best years, being closeted in the sense that I made a lot of friends that were really open about gays and yeah. And so one of my closest friends, who I still keep in contact with now, called Sufyan, he kind of brought me aside one of the days and he asked me whether I was gay during one of the late night conversations we had. And the thing was, that was the moment I kind of realized and kind of accepted myself that, you know what, I am. And then after that, I was still very closeted, so I told no one about it. But I started exploring a little, but I was still rather caught up with school and exams, and so I just let it take the back seat for the 2 years in my junior college. And it was only in my army years when I was 18 that I started exploring a lot more. I started going on dates and yeah, that was interesting. I realized I found a lot more about myself. But the thing is, I realized that I had to lie to my parents every single time I went out. I would always say, oh, I'm going out with my primary school friend or this guy who I knew in JC, or yeah, it will always be like a group kind of gathering so they don't suspect that it was a date. Yeah, and I couldn't deal with myself. Like, the lying kind of brought shame to who I am, as in my lifestyle. And so that was kind of rough for me internally. And so there was this one day where I was watching this movie recommended by a friend called Prayers for Bobby. And the thing is, after watching the movie, I got so inspired. Yeah, I really wanted to come out and be an openly gay man. And so that was where I decided to call my family together, and we had this family meeting. And yeah, I told them straight out that I was gay. And so I got the reaction that I was kind of expecting. My parents were really negative about it. My mom started crying. My dad was angry, and he felt that it's because he didn't taught me well. And the next 2 years of my army life were one of my darkest period. there are many things that were done that I hope didn't happen. So my parents started being in a Christian background and having a very strong Christian background in my family. My parents started doing what they think was right. They felt that being gay was just a phase that I could change. And so what they did was they wanted to send me for counselling, but I rejected. And so what they did was they got the pastor to come over to the house and so-called cast the demons out of the house and sprinkle holy water and olive oil on the house. And they also clear and took away my belongings that they felt that kind of caused me to be gay, and even disinvited most of my friends back home because they felt that they were the ones that caused me to be gay. In fact, that kind of hurt me a lot. I was really hurt. I lost all my confidence. And then there'll be mornings whereby my mom would come to my room while still sleeping, and what she'll do is she'll cane me, and obviously I will wake up with a stutter and not know what is happening. And the thing is, she'll always say that, I'm not caning you, I'm caning the demon in you. And it was just a really bad and rough 2 years. But I started, as the years progresses, I started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I realized that, there was hope. And that happened when I entered university and I made a lot of new friends. And the friends that were really open-minded about being gay. And at the same time, I stopped arguing with my parents. Although it's more of a don't ask, don't tell kind of policy, and so we just don't talk about anything about me being gay. At the same time, I also met a guy who I really love a lot, and till now we've been together for almost 4 years. And so the thing is, even though my parents know that I'm dating this guy, they'll never welcome him, or they'll never talk about him like how they would talk about my brother and his girlfriend, and even invite her over during her birthday, or even treat her for a meal. And so I guess I respect my parents to the extent that they will not interfere with my life, but at the same time, there's this hurt in me that I feel sad that they cannot accept who I am and my authentic self. And so this has remained status quo for almost 4 years now, ever since after the dark 2-year period during my army. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe in the future things will improve, things will get better, and I hope for that. And so whenever I tell these stories to my friend will ask me, on hindsight, would you have came out? And thinking about it, I would say yes, because this being authentic is really important, and to not live a life in shame for what you are. And the thing is, I feel that lying to your friends, lying to your loved ones really take a toll on the character, on your character and who you are as a person. And the feeling of liberation and freedom, even though my parents didn't really accept it, is unquestionable, and it's worth every single heart pain I had. But obviously, I will never want to relive my 2 years, which was really rough. And so I'm glad that I'm out and I'm an openly gay man. and that and yeah, I hope that this video would inspire others who are still in the closet to come out as well whenever you feel ready to, and at the same time give you strength and hope that although you might be living in an Asian society, it's possible to come out and be an openly gay man, at the same time feel the freedom and liberation that you will not have felt if you are still in the closet.